Good day, ladies and gentle people. I'm here to bring you a very important update on REN. We are near a wedge. We are near a breakout point. In this video, I'm going to run through some tactical analysis, talk about what I see happening, both short-term and long-term, explain what this is and why you should care, and the massive opportunity I see with this thing. So, if you like the sound of that, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon notified of new uploads. I'll tell you why. I was making videos back over here in these ranges saying REN broke out bullishly from this descending triangle. I was making videos back in these ranges saying REN broke out bullishly from this descending triangle. So if you had been following us and if you would have gotten in near the breakout point, you could have been up well over 70% on REN. So folks, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon notified of new uploads. Now, so many interesting things to talk about here. Ultimately, I think the main important thing that we need to be aware of is the fact that REN is forming this wedge where you're getting squeezed tighter and tighter into a tighter and tighter range. We are nearing an apex point. We are likely to see a big move, a breakout soon. I'd say within the next 3 days, likely today. Within the next 24 hours at the time of the recording, we're probably going to see some kind of big move with REN. Now, important support that we need to be aware of in order to try and gauge whether we're going to break up or down is the 100 EMA on the 6 hour. We can see how it's continually, even historically, been acting as strong support. The 100 EMA on the 6 hour is continually a very strong support level. The 100 EMA on the 6 hour is currently just above $1. So I think the key inflection point for REN is the $1 level. As long as we can maintain and hold above $1, I think REN is going to remain short-term bullish. If we start to break below $1, I think then we can entertain a conversation that REN is no longer short-term bullish and likely to enter some kind of consolidation phase. And also, just to explain what REN is and why you should care. So REN is essentially the bridge that will allow Bitcoin liquidity to move into the Ethereum ecosystem. So essentially, a bet on REN is a bet on the fact that more money will move into Bitcoin and some of that money is going to want to move into the Ethereum ecosystem and DeFi. Yeah, that's a bet I'll take. So I've been accumulating REN all throughout these ranges here. And again, if you've been following us, folks, we're making videos all throughout these ranges here. So, don't stay tuned with us. So those are kind of some of the key support levels we need to look out for. Now, if we zoom into the short term, I think to understand what the next move here is with REN, we need to be aware of the 200 EMA on the 2 hour acting as support. That being from like $1.93 to $1.78. If we start to break below this key level, I think we're likely to trend bearishly and break out bearishly out of this wedge. Now, to break out bullishly, I think the key level we need to be looking out for is the 100 EMA on the 1 hour and the 200 EMA on the 1 hour acting as resistance. That range being from $1.14 to $1.11, $1.12. So we're currently range bound in a very tight range between strong support and resistance. Whatever way we break out of this range will be telling for future price action because we are right near this apex. And I think this range is the range we need to look out for to understand what way we break out of this wedge. Whatever way we end up breaking out of this wedge, I think we're very likely to trend in that direction for quite some time. Now, something we can look at to try and understand what could happen with the US dollar value of REN is to look at RENBTC, the REN Bitcoin pairing. In the REN Bitcoin pairing, we're actually currently breaking out of the wedge bullishly. For the moment, we may find rejection, but if we continue to see a bullish breakout out of this wedge, I think that will be very telling for the US dollar value of REN. And if we look at our indicators here, what do we see? On the 6 hour, we may have a bullish crossover on the MACD. That is a big deal if we can get that. Weighted MACD, bullish crossover on the way up. Weighted MACD acts as a leading indicator on the regular MACD. Stochastic RSI, bullish crossover on the way up. Stochastic RSI is great for understanding shifts in trends. And right here, we had a bullish crossover. The regular RSI seems to be making a bullish divergence. We're in this range, and we seem to be breaking out bullishly. If we zoom in here, I think I can better describe what I see going on, where you see kind of like this 55 range here and here and here. We're constantly finding rejection off 55, 56 here on the RSI, very price reactive, and we just broke above that range. So we're starting to see some strength on RENBTC, and I think that's a good chance of translating over to the US dollar value. Let's take a look at our indicators, trying to get a sense of what's going on. Look at the 6 hour on REN. We may have a bullish crossover soon. Weighted MACD, bullish crossover. Again, leading indicator on the MACD. Stochastic RSI, bullish crossover on the way up. Regular RSI, making higher highs. That's good to see. Let's take a look at the last time REN had a bullish crossover on the MACD when it was in the oversold region. Let's zoom out some more, see if we can find it. It was right here. Right here was the last time we had a bullish crossover on the 6 hour MACD. So look, folks, last time we had a pumped and dumped in a correction and we were forming kind of like this descending wedge and we had a bullish crossover. Look what happened afterwards. And this time around, we pumped, we dumped, we're forming some kind of wedge, some kind of slanted resistance line, and we seem to be having a bullish crossover. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but if we can continue to get above this red box and this red line, and if we see that bullish crossover happen, folks, I think we're likely to see bullish continuation. The bottom may be in for REN, possibly. Also, if we take the height of the initial impulse to the top, we may be done correcting. We did fall back within the 618, the golden pocket region. So from kind of if we zoom out a bit more here, I think we'll see better. So from this bottom to this peak here, okay, this is the golden pocket. So for those who don't know, whenever any kind of security pumps and then dumps, it typically likes to fall back within the 618, the golden pocket, and this is typically known as the farthest things fall down to when they're still short-term bullish. I don't think I'm explaining that as probably as best as I could, but just the fact that we fell back in within these regions and we're starting to see some strength tells me that if we can continue to break above these key red boxes and red line here in the short term, I think we're very likely to see bullish continuation with REN. And look, guys, I wanted to bring you guys a video on a coin that I think has great fundamentals and that is still down quite a bit. A lot of coins have recovered since the correction the market has had these last few days. But REN is still, in comparison to a lot of other coins, still down quite a bit. So if we can break above some of these key resistance levels, I think we're likely to see bullish continuation. And if we can break above these key levels here, that is where I would be looking to dollar cost average my way into REN, because I do think REN has a good chance of seeing bullish continuation in the short term. And over the long term, it has great fundamentals, a great use case. It's essentially just a bet that more money will move into Bitcoin, and that money will want to move around into Ethereum and DeFi. I'd take that bet. I have taken that bet. It's working out great for me, and I think this is just the beginning for REN. I think this bull run is likely to end with Bitcoin September, October this year, and REN and the altcoins are likely to reach their peak roughly a month after Bitcoin, because that's what happened the previous cycle, and so I think something similar has a good chance of happening this cycle. So we have the better part of a year before REN is likely to reach some kind of peak, and so I'm not at all worried. We could break down further, so we could 100% break down below support levels here. And so let's say we do break down below this green support line. Again, I think this key region here from kind of 95 cents to $2 is very critical support. Now, if that doesn't hold, then I think we have a good chance of falling to 85 cents to, I'd say, around 77 cents. Okay, we have the 200 EMA on the 6 hour right about there. And if that doesn't hold, I think kind of our next major stop is 65 cents to, I'd say, 52 cents. Lots of volume building up in these ranges. And if we move over to the daily 200 EMA is approaching these regions. Lots of strong support here. Personally, I think it is unlikely that we fall back down to these regions, although it is technically possible. So those are my thoughts with REN. I think long-term REN has a good chance of reaching, I'd say, $10 to $20 by the end of this bull run. I do not know that for sure. That is just a guesstimate for fun. I think it's much more helpful to scale out based more so off time frames, less so based off price targets, because whatever the market happens to give me when I think it's near the peak is when I'll sell, whether that's at $5, $10, or $50. Again, I'm looking to scale out based off time frames, less so based off price targets. So that's what I see going on with REN here, folks. We're near this wedge. We're near a breakout point. These are some of the key support and resistance areas. If we start to break above these key areas, I think our next major impulse takes us to about $1.35. The more of these resistance levels we tackle, the likelier it is that we break all-time highs. If and when we can break and tackle all-time highs, I think that next major impulse takes us to right about $2. nice psychological level. And to try to understand what the altcoins such as REN can do, it's going to be important to understand and look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is a very important chart to understand what the altcoins can do. Bitcoin dominance chart being the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to total value of all cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, alts typically suffer. Whenever it falls, alts typically benefit. We are currently falling in Bitcoin dominance. If that continues, that should tell you the altcoins such as REN have gas in their tank to continue pumping. If and when we see Bitcoin dominance start to rally and move up, that should tell you that's going to place the dampers on the altcoins. Another important thing we need to follow is Bitcoin. Bitcoin leads the market. If Bitcoin decides to tank, that is going to have an effect on the altcoins such as REN. The key level to look out for Bitcoin is 46,900 to, I'd say, 46,200, 300. If we break up below these key levels, I think it's much more likely that we retest 42,000 to 40,000. I do think this is kind of the floor for Bitcoin. I do think this is the lowest Bitcoin could fall and still remain short-term bullish. In my opinion, this is kind of the floor, and this is the key level to look out for. So, folks, I hope I've armed you with all the knowledge you need to succeed in understanding what's going on with REN. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon notified of new uploads as well. If you like what we do, want to support us, please consider joining our Patreon, become a member of our VIP Discord. Okay, you could get access to our VIP Discord through our Patreon. We talk about low cap gems, interesting setups, and we talk to our Discord members all the time, and even just our free Discord as well. Guys, we have helpful resources, technical analysis resources. We post news articles we're looking at. We talk regularly with all our Discord members, and we have semi-regular calls with our Discord group where we talk about the market, review the market, answer questions. So folks, join our Discord, join our Patreon. Thank you for watching. Till next time, take care.